Well, it's a final, and for the first time since the Pittsburgh Penguins did it in 2016 and 17, we have a back-to-back champ in the NHL. It is the Tampa Bay Lightning, and boy, if you like the under in goals, I had a feeling it could be this way through those goaltenders. 1-0, and the only goal was a really beautiful pass play, McDonough and Savard, and it resulted in just stick on the ice, hit the stick, and it goes in the net. It's about the only way they're going to beat Carey Price tonight. But Chris, when I think about this now, it's interesting. There's so many storylines, but the one that pops out to me is Pat Maroon. This is going to be the third straight year he's going to get a Stanley Cup ring. He had one in St. Louis. He goes to Tampa. He gets one last year in that bubble, and now another one. So if he's sticking around Tampa, he'll probably be favored to win another, or he may go someplace else. Who knows? But pretty good team there. And if you're looking at Conn Smythe, I thought it would be Kucherov. I'm going to change to Vasilevsky. Pretty good choices both, and even Braden Point.
I think it's going to be Vasilevsky, the way they've closed out the last two series with 1-0 wins. Shouts to Maroon for being another member, a very successful member of the Large Cranium Club. And also, can I even say this in Pittsburgh? Do people even understand the reference? Is he now the Robert Horry of the NHL? Big shot Pat or big game Pat? I mean, 3 straight years with a Stanley Cup is pretty nice. And I'm going to say something that's going to make me wildly unpopular in town. I said it already on the radio. I think what the Lightning did, even with these 2 seasons being shortened, how choppy and how awful this was mentally for these players, I have to say I think it was more impressive than what the Penguins did in 16 and 17. And I get no pleasure from saying that because I loved that those Penguins had that as a salary cap era trump card over everybody else.
I would disagree with that. I think the Penguins were more impressive. I think both have been impressive because you just don't see back-to-back situations. But I think last year, kind of, even though I'm not a big believer in asterisks, I thought the way that whole thing was just a different situation. Not that it made it easier at all, because they still did what they had to do. I was more impressed with how, anytime they lost a game, Vasilevsky responded with a win, 15-0 after playoff losses for him, which tells you just how good he is. I would say that if I had to compare the 2 teams, though, the one difference to me is Vasilevsky's career is trending upward. Matt Murray's was good, but if I had to trade goaltenders there, I'd take Vasilevsky, even at Matt Murray at his best.
Well, Vasilevsky's the best goalie in the world, so I would do that for sure. I would absolutely make that trade.
Yeah, but I'm talking about when they played those 2 series. If those 2 teams had to play head-to-head.
I would have made that trade too because I think the Penguins would have won the series earlier than they did. Yeah, I would agree with that. I think Vasilevsky's just on another planet, and he's the reason why they won this cup.
Yep. All right, that's going to do it. Stanley Cup championship, 2 years in a row, Tampa Bay. Chris, thanks. We appreciate it. We'll do it again tomorrow night, 10:35. That's right, the big Nagowski. He'll continue to be number 1 on our agenda. Good night.